Good morning, and welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers for a World in Crisis. Today, our subject is Consecration, Part 2. Yesterday, we heard from Sri Aurobindo, and today from Mother. The truth is this. Your consecration to the divine should be so complete that you no longer attach any importance to these relations with others. You should concern yourself more with strengthening your consecration to the divine than with working out the details of your relations with people. Consecration is the consummation. When the light has illuminated all the parts of your being, with a central will acting on the feelings, impulses, thoughts, emotions, activities, directing them always towards the divine, and when you move no more from darkness to light, or from falsehood to truth, or from misery to happiness, but from light to more light, from truth to greater truth, from happiness to increasing happiness. It is in a sincere consecration to the divine that we can find relief from our too human sufferings. The quiet mind one gets through meditation is indeed of short duration, for as soon as you come out from meditation, you come out at the same time from the quietness of mind. The true, lasting quietness in the vital and the physical, as well as in the mind, comes from a complete consecration to the divine. For when you can no more call anything, not even yourself, yours, when everything, including your body, sensations, feelings, and thoughts, belongs to the divine takes the entire responsibility of all, and you have nothing more to worry about. A sincere consecration of all you are and all you do is, for the sadhana, much more effective than meditation. True love and consecration lead much quicker to the divine than an arduous tapasya. There is no joy more perfect than to give oneself totally to that which is greater than oneself. God, supreme origin, divine presence, absolute truth. It doesn't matter what name we give him or what aspect we most easily approach him through. To forget oneself totally in an integral consecration is the surest path towards realization. One can, if one wants to split hairs, as it is said, one can make a distinction between self-giving, consecration, and offering. These are three, they may be different phases, but that is if truly one wants to create complications, because in writing, as I said, one can very well use one word in place of another. according to the rhythm of the sentence, and this keeps the meaning intact. For if you want to make a distinction, you are immediately obliged to put adjectives, aren't you? Take the word in itself: self-giving, offering, consecration. Now, if you want to make a distinction, you say a total consecration, a partial self-giving. You see, you are obliged to use adjectives. They are synonyms. In sum, the psychic movement, the emotional impulse is stronger than the intellectual understanding. They feel an irresistible attraction for the divine without knowing, without the least idea of what that can be, what that represents, without any intellectual notion whatsoever. There is only a kind of impulse, attraction, a need, an inevitable need. Such people go very quickly if, as the result of grace, they have a mind that does not trouble them, that does not question, does not discuss. And what is quite miraculous to the ordinary conception is that as soon as they reach the degree of consecration which identifies them through their psychic being with the divine presence, there comes to them all on a sudden a capacity of expression which was quite unknown to their nature. And many things happen in the head. I have told you very often that the head is like a public place. All kinds of things can enter, go, come, cross, and make a great mess there. And it is the people who are accustomed to playing with ideas that are the most hampered in going ahead. It is such a beautiful, attractive game. It gives you the impression that you are not quite ordinary, on the level of ordinary life. But it cuts your wings. It is the heart that has wings, not the head. Yes, that is the inevitable need. Nothing else counts. That is all. Only that. And then, after all, you should laugh at these obstacles and difficulties. All that they can do to you counts for nothing. Time also does not matter. What does it matter if the way is long? All the longer will you have the delight of the aspiration and consecration and self-giving. For that is the only true delight. And if this delight fades away, it means that something egoistic, a demand that one calls need, got mixed up with the consecration. Otherwise, the delight never goes away. It is with the sense of separation that pain and suffering, misery and ignorance, and all the incapacities have come. And it is with self-giving, self-forgetfulness, in a total consecration, that suffering will disappear and give place to a delight that nothing can obscure. But if you become truly sincere, what Sri Aurobindo calls sincere, that is to say, when nothing in the being comes up to contradict the aspiration and the will to self-consecration, when nothing disguises itself in order to continue to live its own independent life, parentheses, the disguises are innumerable. They are full of guile and malice, very deceiving, and unfortunately, the human being has a strong innate tendency to deceive himself. And the more he deceives himself, the less he recognizes it. End parentheses. So then, if you become truly sincere, the adversary will no longer be able even to approach you. And he does not try that, for that would mean heading to his destruction. Every day, every moment should be an occasion for a new and completer consecration. And not one of those enthusiastic and flurried consecrations, overactive, full of illusions about the work, but a deep and silent consecration, which is not necessarily visible, but penetrates and transfigures all action. Our mind, solitary and peaceful, should always repose in Thee, and from that pure summit have the exact perception of realities, of the soul and eternal reality behind all unstable and fleeting appearances. O Lord, my heart is purified of all uneasiness and anguish. It is steady and calm, and sees Thee in all things. And whatever our outer actions may be, whatever the circumstances the future has in store for us, I know that Thou alone livest, that Thou alone art real in Thy immutable permanence, and it is in Thee that we live. May there be peace upon all the earth. Mother's Prayers and Meditations, February 21st, 1914. Namaste.